The government has announced Hong Kong will scrap hotel quarantine for overseas arrivals. Starting Monday, incoming travellers will only be subject to 3 days of medical surveillance at homes or hotels, but they are not allowed to dine in restaurants during the period. On announcing the decision to lifting one of the world's strictest quarantine arrangements, Chief Executive John Lee explained the rationale behind the move.
We want to introduce measures that we are confident of maintaining the control of the overall epidemic situation. The intention is to do it progressively and orderly. That is why we are now introducing 0+3, which is actually quite a big improvement from the 3+4.
Starting 6 a.m. on September 26th, incoming travellers will no longer need to show a negative PCR test result valid within 2 days before the flight. Instead, a negative RAT valid within 24 hours will do. Unvaccinated residents can return home, but they will not be given a vaccine pass upon arrival. Non-residents, however, are still required to have at least 2 jabs. On their day of arrival, that's day 0, travellers will have to test negative using RAT. They will also have a PCR test at the airport, but they can just leave without having to wait for the results. Getting an amber health code right away, they can use any means of transport, including public transport, to return home or stay in a hotel of their choice to undergo 3 days of medical surveillance. During the medical surveillance period, they're allowed to go to school or to work if they test negative using RAT every day. But they cannot enter catering premises such as restaurants and bars. With a negative PCR test result, their health code will turn into blue on day 3, their 4th day of arrival. There will be self-monitoring, which include daily RATs and PCR tests. If they're infected within this period, their health code will turn into red, but they may quarantine at home or a hotel, depending on their circumstances. Health Secretary Lo Chung-mau was also asked if quarantine measures could ever be completely dropped.
After 3 days of yellow code and the 2 PCR, the risk has become down to 0.6%, which is less than the local situation. But I'm sorry, we don't have any data to say that 0+0 will not lead to a community spread.
With an expected rise in the number of arrivals, authorities will increase the frequency of buses and airport express trains if necessary.